template. Who are you going to look up to? There's not a lot of them, are there? It's going to be you. It's going to be you. So you can start defining to a degree what enlightenment is going to be like for you without having to go back to the old standards. My point today is you are going to become the standards for others. You are going to become the standards for others. One of the biggest reasons for getting stuck is, who do you look up to right now? Let's say that tomorrow Paul suddenly ascended, but stayed in the body. Maybe you already have. But let's say suddenly, and he had this glow around him, and just you could just sense it and feel it, and he didn't have to say anything. He just stood there with that look, but suddenly it would change everything in this room, because suddenly you'd say, somebody did it. Paul did it. Paul. Let's follow Paul. Bye, Adamus. You become followers of Paul. If you had an actual standard right now, one person, that you'd say, it can be done. But they haven't come out to you yet. There have been a few. They're wise. There was one recently, a young man in Brazil, very young man. Nobody knows about him. He wasn't part of a spiritual group. He lived in a small village. Obviously, he'd been working up to this for lifetimes. He didn't have coaching. He didn't have the benefit of Crimson Circle. Suddenly, he just walked into it. He's going to stay quiet for a while. Quiet. For a lot of reasons. But if you had one of you that suddenly walked in here next month, suddenly you all knew that this person just got it. It would give you a model or a template. You'd feel better about, oh my God, I can take that leap. I can go into that dark space. I can let go of all my fears, and I'm going to be okay. It's probably not going to happen, because you're probably all going to do it at about the same time, general time frame. But I can tell you right now, it will be good. No, it's wrong. It'll be, you use words like awesome, amazing, highly overused words. It will be beyond. It will be so beyond. And it is going to happen. You're a little stuck right now. You don't have a good role model out there. You don't have a lot of other beings who have done it with grace and ease. The masters before you, suffering and pain. You don't have a lot of good standards by which to think in terms of your own enlightenment. So let us start creating that. Let us start putting together the attributes, which we've talked about in some of our workshops, but things that you, as enlightened masters walking on the planet, are going to want to share as standards with others. Abundance. Yes. Don't feel guilty about abundance. I just heard somebody say, but that shouldn't be on the top of our list. Why not? Why not? Why not? You know why? Why not? Because that list, or whatever you want to call it, those attributes are going to constantly move around. It might be number 1 today. It might be number 10 tomorrow. It's very dynamic, very rolling. And the attributes of an enlightened master being in a relationship where they can both be sovereign. They don't have to wait for each other anymore. Being sovereign. And hear this carefully, where you don't have to be in perfect physical health, and you don't necessarily walk through walls. You still have that concept. There's going to be times where even an enlightened being gets a little sick. It's a biological rejuvenation process, but you're stopping yourselves right now saying, I can't, my body, I've got cancer, my bones ache, I have certain things. You can be a great enlightened master and still maybe not have that biology all caught up and healed yet. But you'll also learn to value what it's like to be in biology, and you'll allow underline, allow the healing to finally take place. The enlightened master, the templates that you are going to, the standards that you're going to be creating, you don't have to wear funny clothes or be of constant service to all of humanity or any of those other things. So when we come back in the new energy, in a month, when we come back, after going through the interesting experiences that we listed here before, when we come back, start listing those attributes and living them. Not just listing, but living those attributes. The new ascended masters. The world needs standards more than anything else. Wouldn't it have been nice if you had had a bunch who were standing right here in front of you? You could ask questions to, you could touch and poke their bodies and ask what it was like. The ones coming after you will have that in you. In you. Right now you've relied on these methods, channeling, information, things like that. But the ones coming after you will have you as the teachers and the standards. You get a little stuck right now, and right now more than any time is natural to get a little stuck in enlightenment. Energies are converging, they're strong, your body reacts, your mind goes a little crazy, you have a little abundance issues, which in the long run aren't going to mean anything, Larry. Get a little stuck, you take a deep breath. And you know what I'm going to say next, because it's 5 o'clock. Take a deep breath and you remember that all is well in all of creation. And so it is. All right. Happy old energy.
That's all it is.
Thank you. And happy birthday.
So I